We have something special here. This is unbelievable. One owner, Australian delivered. I think this has to be one of the first Daytonas delivered to Australia. Under single ownership, it was driven daily. The owner was taking it to university, so he had a car park. It had a car park sticker. So he would actually take this car to university and use it as his daily driver. For services, he used to take it back to Lowe in Melbourne because that was the main dealer and Champions sort of looked after it here. But for the early services, it was taken back to Melbourne, which is amazing. As it was Adelaide delivered this car, and there wasn't many dealerships that would be able to service the cars, so he was driving it to Melbourne. All right. Actually, I think it might have been an excuse to be able to drive this thing on. It is a GT car, so to drive it on a long journey, so that you've got service records of the car getting done in Melbourne. We're talking from 1970. This car is a one owner, has never been in an accident, has been in many magazines, as featured like this one over here, which has got the Daytona and the Miura. Both owned by the same person, and it's still got the original number plates on the car, and it is as it is, and nothing's changed. I mean, I think they did do a bit of a coat of paint at one stage. It might have been a fair few years ago. The engine has never been out of this car, which, you know, for that sort of period and for that sort of longevity, it is a bit unusual. But the engine bay, everything is original. It's fantastic. Hey, what do you reckon?
Just, I'm driving. I'm driving.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Oh. This is unbelievable.
This is another dream come true.
Another dream come true. 365 GTB for Daytona, one owner. Plexiglass, one owner, right-hand drive. Not many of these.
Australian delivered.
Engine's never been out. This is a dream come true, and we're off.
I just love it. I can't believe it. All original. Nothing has ever been done to this car, maybe a liquid paint, but apart from that, nothing. It's all original as it left the factory back in 1970. Just beautiful. Mick, you finally got to drive your childhood dream.
Look, to have driven the Daytona, I can't believe that I actually drove it.
And plexiglass.
Plexiglass.
Right-hand drive.
Right-hand
one
drive.
owner, Adelaide delivered car, Mick.
And the owner used to drive this to uni. It's got the uni sticker still on.
So did it live up to your expectations?
Look, it was very nerve-wracking, I've got to say. I get in the car, and it's actually quite a heavy car. Power steering, not existing. All right. Air conditioning, that's another matter. But look, so I was very nervous because you need to respect these cars.
But compared to the 250 that we've driven,
okay, the 250 Lusso that I drove, I felt a lot more comfortable in this, a lot quicker, and that's mainly I think because of the seating position.
you could move this
So
one.
I put it forward. The other one I couldn't move forward, and plus I could see over the steering wheel, which was a big plus.
It was a big plus. Line of sight was a lot better.
A lot better, even though you don't see the bonnet, which is fine. You only see the top end.
Yep.
But just looking in front, feeling it, and the gauges and the what I was surprised about is the gearing, the gears.
Gearbox.
Superb. Now, I didn't use second. The owner said not to use second until it warms up. So I didn't use second until, probably 10 minutes. But then first, second, third, fourth, fifth, no problem at all.
And then when we gave it a bit of juice,
It needs the revs. It does need the revs. So this is a type of car that you can cruise around, but the cruising speed has got to be up there. They do say that over 120 miles an hour, it's a different beast.
we didn't get that.
We didn't get that far, that quick, that's for sure.
Look at the condition. It's untouched. So, original paint. Oh, it's had a lick of paint.
It's had a lick of paint apparently, but the engine hasn't been out of this car.
But original interior, engine never been out. Original new tyres.
New tyres, it's got new rubbers, which you have to do.
The rims haven't been fixed. Nothing. It's as is. That leather steering wheel, just gorgeous. Just gorgeous.
And what I found actually, that the longer I drove it, the more comfortable I was. So initially, very tentative, very nervous. I mean, you don't want to damage the car. The car's worth a lot of money. And we do appreciate the owner letting us just get in there and go
take
for
it
a
away.
drive. So what did it feel like as a passenger though?
I loved it. No, I loved it. So different to the 250. 250 was a great experience also, but I did enjoy this. This was a bit more of a race car, I thought.
Well, it does have a lot more power than the 250. The 250...
you could feel that as a passenger.
Yeah, this is, 4 litre. Is it 4? What's 365 by 12? What's that? Anyway, we haven't got our calculator, but look...
So, do you still want a Daytona?
Do I still want a Daytona? It's a question
Now
I
you've driven
asked
it,
myself.
because you said, I've got to drive one, I've got to drive one.
Okay, so if you're not talking about money, so that's not talk about whether I can afford it, not afford it, and what you have to do. So if you take the money equation out of it, do I want a Daytona? And would I want that over my 456? What I don't like about the Daytona, the accelerator pivots from the base, so you need to put your full foot on the accelerator to be able to press the accelerator.
I wouldn't like that either.
Which with my ankles, I find that a bit awkward, but I'm sure you could modify that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure.
Well, you could use your cane.
Yeah, you could use your cane, but look, that part, the heavy steering, it is heavy steering. We traversed a fair few roundabouts.
But you can change that.
You can
put a power steering.
You can do the electric power steering. Look, and the question is, how often would you drive it? Would you drive it when you look at a car, you always got to ask yourself, what do you want it for? What are you going to do with it?
Weekend 1 hour drive, 2 hour drive, perfect.
Yeah, but the things you'd need, the air conditioning needs to be working, because otherwise anything over a 25-degree day,
that's
right.
going to change the performance of the car.
But
what I like is the colour combo. Blue with red.
Yeah, it's
at
really nice. That is nice. What I'd like to do is take it for a real long drive. I mean, I'm talking 80 Ks or something.
You pretty much did, mate.
No, well, we did go for a fair drive.
Because even the owner said enough's enough. Right, time to come home.
I was pleased that you know, he probably knows that we would respect the car anyway, so we had a great time.
Thank you to the owner because it was absolutely unbelievable experience. Yeah. Mick, we have to say a big thank you to Richmond's for allowing us the
100%.
opportunity for you to live a childhood dream, boyhood dream, and for me to experience it also. It was wonderful.
So, Richmond's at Richmond Road. Absolutely fantastic, and we do appreciate the owner letting us drive this thing, and you know, with his pride and joy. This has been fantastic. So thanks to Richmond's.
So take the opportunity, come down and have a look. The cars are constantly changing here at Richmond's.
It's got plenty of stock, and the other thing is as well, it's a great building. It's all nice old sawtooth, so it's a classic building. Plenty of classic
the engineer
cars.
would say that about the building.
You'll get your coffee as well, so it's a great atmosphere.
Stock, like I said, is constantly turned over. So make a weekend of it, and it changes week on week. So
certainly look up their website as well.
They've got some unbelievable cars here for sale. So take the opportunity to visit Richmond's.
And thanks again to Richmond's.